Hello children, good morning to all of you. Welcome back in physics class. We are studying magnetism chapter. Children, half of the topic we have completed. Now the last topic which we have to study is electromagnets. So children, see what is the electromagnets? Actually, due to the flow of current, a conductor behaves like a magnet, and that time the magnet, that conductor is called electromagnet. It means, suppose we are taking a soft iron and it is wounded by the copper coil. If we take a soft iron bar and we wound it with the copper wire, and then both the ends of the copper wire is attached with a battery, then current will start flowing in it. Due to the flow of current, this soft iron will behave like a magnet, and then it will be called an electro bar magnet. Understood? What is the electromagnet? Due to the flow of current, if any object behaves like a magnet, then that will be called electromagnet. Normally, there are two types of electromagnet. One is electrobar magnet and second one is electro horseshoe magnet. So see, first we will see the bar electromagnet. What is it? As I explained you, if we take a soft iron and we wound the copper coil on it, and then both the end will attached with the cellular battery, then this soft iron bar will behave like a magnet, and so it will be called bar electromagnet. So this is the definition of bar electromagnet. Now here are some points which you have to remember. Children, you can see this is the arrangement I have done. This is the soft iron which has been wounded with the wire, and both the end of the wire is connected with the battery. It is attached with the rheostat also, so that we can increase or decrease the amount of current flowing in the wire. When switch is on, when the key or switch is on, the current will start flowing in the wire, and then this soft iron will behave like a magnet, and it will be called the bar electromagnet. Now what are the noted points you have to remember? The first point is the pole at which current flows in clockwise direction is considered as south pole. See here. Here the current is flowing in the clockwise direction. In the bar electromagnet, the direction of current shows the north or south pole. In general, the current flows in the clockwise direction, then that end will be considered as south pole. And the end of the bar magnet where current flows anti-clockwise. Here you can see, if you stand here, then it will flow anti-clockwise. So in the anti-clockwise direction, if current is flowing, then that will be considered as north pole. You have to remember this point. Children, one more important point you have to learn. Any electromagnet is a temporary magnet. Why? Because this will behave like a magnet only when current flows in it. If we switch off the key, current is stopped, then this will behave like a soft iron only. That means it will lose its magnetic property if the current is stopped. That is why all the electromagnets are the temporary magnet. Understood? Now it is mostly used in relay, that means switching device. Note down this so that we can start the horseshoe magnet also. Okay children, now we will see horseshoe electromagnet. See children, what is the horseshoe electromagnet? If we take U-shaped soft iron and the copper wire is wounded on it in such a way that at one end the wire is wounded clockwise and at other end the wire is wounded anti-clockwise. This point you have to remember. If we take a U-shaped iron bar, soft iron, and copper wire is wounded on it in such a way that at one end the wire is wounded clockwise and at the other end the wire is wounded anti-clockwise, and then the wire is connected to key, battery, and current starts flowing in it. Then this U-shaped soft iron behaves like a magnet, and so horseshoe magnet electromagnet is called. Understood? What is the horseshoe electromagnet? When U-shaped soft iron is wounded with the coil in such a way that at one end the wire is wounded clockwise and at other end the wire is wounded anti-clockwise, and both the end of the wire is attached with a battery and current starts flowing in it, then the U-shaped soft iron behaves like a magnet, and that is called horseshoe electromagnet. Okay. In the horseshoe electromagnet, very strong magnetic field is produced, and the end at which the wire is wounded clockwise, that end behaves like a south pole, and the end of the horseshoe magnet where the wire is wounded anti-clockwise, that behaves like a north pole. These type of horseshoe electromagnets are used in DC motors and AC generators. This is a temporary magnet, children. It behaves like a magnet only when current flows in the wire. If we stop the current flowing in the wire, then it will not behave like a magnet, and that is why it is a horseshoe magnet. But the benefit is we can increase or decrease the magnetic field of these electromagnets. And how can we increase? There are two methods. The first one, see here, strength of magnetic field of an electromagnet can be increased by increasing the number of turns in the winding of solenoid. Yes, children, we can increase the magnetic field by increasing the number of turns of the coil. More the number of turns of the coil, more is the strength of the electromagnet. This magnetic field will be increased. Second method is by increasing the current passing through it. With the help of rheostat, we can increase the amount of current passing through it. More current, more magnetic field will be produced here. Understood? Now note down these. Okay, children, now see the permanent magnets. Earlier we have seen electromagnets which were the temporary magnets, but there we were using soft iron. In the place of soft iron, if we use the steel bar, then we can make the permanent magnet also, because the steel has magnetic retentivity much more than the soft iron. That is why soft iron loses its magnetic property very easily comparing to the steel. Steel easily does not lose its magnetic property once it is magnetized. Okay, so see how to make the permanent magnet. Permanent magnets are made up of steel instead of soft iron. An insulated copper wire is wound around the steel piece and current flows through it. Once this is magnetized, it does not lose magnetism because magnetic retentivity of steel is very high as compared to the soft iron. That means if we are making the electromagnet and in place of soft iron, if we use steel, then that can be a permanent magnet also. Understood? What is the permanent magnet? Okay, children. I am not talking about the natural magnet. Be careful. Natural magnets are the also permanent magnet. But here we are talking about the man-made permanent magnets. Understood? Now we will see the difference between electromagnet and permanent magnet. This is a very important topic, children. Electromagnet is a temporary magnet because it works as a magnet only when the current flows in it. But permanent magnet it will be always a magnet. Okay. Now, second one, electromagnet is made up of soft iron, while permanent magnet is made up of steel. Electromagnet behaves like a magnet only when current flows in it, but permanent magnet behaves like a magnet even the current is stopped. Magnetic field produced is very strong with the help of electromagnet. Electromagnet produces a very high magnetic field, but permanent magnet does not produces very high magnetic field. That means magnetic field of permanent magnet is not very strong. Okay. Strength of magnetic field can be changed. Strength of magnetic field can be increased in the electromagnet by increasing the number of coils and by increasing the current amount. But once it is a permanent magnet, then in a permanent magnet the magnetic strength cannot be increased. Okay. Polarity can be reversed. Yes children, we have studied that anti-clockwise direction is considered as north pole and clockwise direction is considered as south pole. So if we change the direction of current, then in electromagnet the north pole and south pole also that will also be changed. Understood? Suppose in the bar magnet, from this side we are flowing the current through clockwise, then this will be the south. If we are flowing the current clockwise from this direction, then this will behave like the south. It means in the electromagnet, the pole of the bar magnet can be changed by reversing the direction of current. But in the permanent magnet, poles are fixed. If once this is north, this is south, then this will be always north and south. Understood? And the last one is electromagnets can be demagnetized by stopping the current. Once you switch off the current, then electromagnet will be demagnetized. It will lose its property. But in the permanent magnet, it is not easy to demagnetize it. Okay? Again, note down these things. Okay children, now last topic of the chapter is advantages of electromagnets. Yes children, there are many advantages. Some are here. The first one is electromagnet produces a strong magnetic field. This is the first advantage of electromagnet. Electromagnet produces a very high strong field. Okay. Second one is polarity can be reversed by reversing the direction of current. As we have studied in the electrobar magnet or electromagnet, the pole can be changed according to our convenience. Only we have to change the direction of current. If clockwise direction flowing of current is here, then this will be the south. If we are flowing the current here clockwise, then this will become the south. Understood? So polarity can be changed. And the third one is strength of magnetic field can be changed by changing current. By changing the amount of current, we can change the strength of magnetic field. So these are the some advantages of electromagnets. Now we will see what are the applications or what are the uses of electromagnets. See here, to load and unload heavy iron scrap girders plates by switching on or switching off the current. If we switch on the current, then electromagnets will start working and iron products will stuck it. And where we have to keep it, by bringing it there, switch off the current, then the iron materials will fall down there. Okay. Second is for separating iron pieces from debris and ores. If we have to separate iron products from somewhere, then we can use the electromagnets. Third one is for removing pieces of iron from wounds. If there is a collection of things from there also, if we have to remove the iron, then we can use the electromagnets. Fourth one is in scientific research work. In the scientific research work also the electromagnets are used, just like to study the magnetic properties. Now, these are used in several electric devices like electric motor, electric bell, generator and so on. Okay, so children, today your magnetic topic is also over. In fact, your syllabus is over. On the next turn, I will give you one assignment from this chapter, and then from the next turn, we will start revision of your final term syllabus. Okay, bye bye.